All right. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Okay, so it's um it's December 5th right now. Uh I skipped school today, which don't cancel me, y'all. Don't cancel me. Don't cancel me. I just wasn't ready for it. I've had a very hard week, but I went out to lunch with my grandma, so everything's better. Oh, oh, um, hello everyone. Welcome back to Richie Spill. I am your lovely host, Richie McBride. You know me, you love me, and if you don't love me, why are you here? Nosy bitch. No, um, y'all are getting your weekly dose of this. You get your weekly dose of insanity today, and I think you guys are gonna love this episode because I get to talk a lot, and I know you bitches love to hear me talk. You love it. And if you don't, I don't know why you're here again, nosy bitch. Period. Um, I have a mini update for you guys on everything that's been going on in my life. Mini update, girl. I had an anxiety attack or two over the Thanksgiving break, over everything that's happened. Yeah, I got into a car accident. You know, I don't want to talk about it too much on here because it's gonna make me cry. I'll panic attack again. No. Yeah. Yeah, so we're not going to talk about it, but it was not fun. It was not fun. No one got hurt, and everyone involved is fine, and that's all I really care about. My car's just out of commission, so your bad bitch can't be on the streets for a while. May she rest. Um, and then like boys have been giving me a lot of like mixed emotions recently, and I hate all of boys. All men, all boys. They all need death. All need death. Um, I'm back to normal though. I'm not losing my mind over anything in particular right now, so back to my normal work hunty mama queen status. Um, I don't really have a like when I was writing this, I was kind of just going back and forth between what topics I wanted to talk about. So it's not the topics in this aren't really related to each other, but I think y'all are gonna love this. Okay, okay, we're moving on to our first topic already. It's only like we're only like 3 minutes in, and we gotta fill up an hour, y'all. I make hour-long episodes for you bitches, and I think you guys are gonna love it. Yeah. So we're actually gonna talk about a new show. I binge watched it over Thanksgiving break, I think. It's called Arcane. It's on Netflix. Most of you bad bitches should have already watched it. If you haven't, I'm definitely gonna give you like some spoilers. So I hate to say this, but like go like watch it on Netflix or something. Go watch it before you get here because I am not gonna hold back when it comes to spoilers. I will not hold back when it comes to spoilers. I would. It's a great show, and if you get any spoilers for it, you're gonna feel horrible because I know I would have if I didn't distance myself from anything arcane related before I watched it. I watched it because my friend Gabby wanted to talk about it with someone, and I'm so glad I did it for her because Vidge, that show is so fucking good. It's so good. It's so fucking good. I got really confused at like the first episode or so because the only thing I knew about it was it was based on League of Legends, and like I knew Jinx was in it because Jinx is like a bad, insane psychopath bitch, and I kind of relate to her sometimes because bad bitches are psychopaths together. Period. Um, when I tell you guys, my entire body, it was shaking. I was shook the house down. Because if you didn't know, it was the series finale. Yeah, it was the series finale of Arcade. And when I fucking tell you, the ending of it actually had me shook. I'm talking like my entire body. I had a full body reaction because of how fucking shaking and quaking it left me. I was gagged. I was gagged and gooped. Gagged and gooped. If you guys don't know what that is, you'll never get it. It's okay. It was fucking crazy. That entire fucking show left my body visibly shaking. Um, I'm gonna share my thoughts on some of the characters, so scroll away if you like don't want to see this. Um, oh, we're gonna talk about Vi. Vi. She is like the main character for the first season at least. She's like the main focus of the first season. And it's her character development is really weird to me because it's like she went through all that trauma. Everyone in her fucking life died except for her sister. Then she fucking bitch slapped her sister, which I get because if my sister accidentally killed everyone I fucking love, I'd do worse than bitch slap that hoe. And then like Vi ran away, and I get it. And when she tried to go back to save her sister from Silco, who is like the main villain of the first season, it's it's really hard. And like, cause the police officer, like, he tries to save her because she's like, oh, he'll kill you if he sees you again, and it's like, what? Like, what? Like, why did he save her and then immediately like throw her in prison? Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, I also really hated that fucking police chief or whatever. I really fucking hated him. He was really fucking annoying to me. Because, like, again, and then he got really upset with how the system was, but then he went around and did the exact same thing. And I know that's supposed to be like the parallel of how he had to grow up to be the person he didn't want to be. And I really like the old police chief because she had that deal with Vander and it was really fucking cunt. She was really cunt. Her voice was so cute. Not like cute. It was like it fit her very well. It suited her very well, and it was like, period. Yes. Did I fucking lie? And she didn't lie because she was a fucking bad bitch. And may she rest in peace. I'm so sad. I'm sad she's fucking dead. Also, the like not plot twist, but the reveal that Victor knew the person who invented Shimmer. It really fucking it shook me to my core. It did something to my pussy that it really like it shook me. It shook my entire body. Um, and then Vi, she turns emo baddie. She walks away from everyone in her life and she goes into like a fight ring. And then like she goes full emo baddie. She like dyes her hair black and everything. And then like her pink roots start peeking out at again. And I'm like, yes, because bitch, I would not be able to fucking look at her if her hair was pitch fucking black. I'm sorry, I can't do the emo baddies. And I feel like the pink and the blue between her and Jinx really, it really does. It sets up a really good like clash. And then when it comes together in the like end of the series, it really looks preppy and cute. And I really vibe with it. And it's really hot, and it's really Vi, and yeah. And yeah, and Vi's character as a whole, first of all, lesbian. Yeah. The girl she's with, I like her. I like Kate, but at the same time, like, fuck the police. I hate to, like, I hate to say that, but that's exactly how I felt while I was watching it. I was like, she's a lesbian police officer? Because I don't think sexuality is like a key discriminatory point as it is in our world as it is in theirs. And obviously not, because them bitches fucked in a fucking prison cell, so did something. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's actually crazy. That story, the way they conveyed the story to me, it really like it actually had me emotionally shaking. Because when Vander first died, it actually like I wasn't expecting him to die, even though like I knew they had to have some form of major plot like device in the story for how they were going to move the story forward and how Powder was eventually going to have to become Jinx because, you know, I already knew Jinx was in it and Jinx a fucking bad bitch. So, yeah. But it really did, like, I didn't expect the amount of, like, I didn't expect the story to sync up as much as it did. Because it starts off with, like, the main parallels is, like, well, Jace and Victor, which are, like, the gay science dudes. They're not, the show didn't make them gay, but, girl, they're gay. They're gay. I can tell you that for a fact. They did butt stuff. Oh, who fucking said that? It was not me. Who said that? Nasty. No, yeah. It's fucking crazy because while they're studying and trying to save everything and trying to prove to the world that magic and science can be mixed together and that magic can be used for good. Vi and Jinx are just trying to deal with their fucking family trauma. They're just trying to deal, and I think it's a really good parallel to like the City of Developments and Zon parallel. It's like it's very good because while the upper half of the city is able to move on and get better and produce more and try and get a lot of advancements, the Undercity is really just focused on trying to survive and trying to deal with all of their issues without getting fucking brutally murdered, which a lot of people fucking do, so. And then the person who rules the underground is named Silco after Vander dies. And Silco, I never liked Silco. I still don't like Silco. I don't care, like, that he could have been better if he read the note from Vander. I don't care. I know that it would have been better and they would have been connected, and I know everything would have worked out if that note got read and they were still, like, friends and together and whatever. But I was like, I still don't like that bitch. Like, you couldn't have just fucking... You and Vander were best friends, if not brothers, for a very long time, and you killed that bitch. I'm talking you brutally killed that bitch. You didn't care. And, like, I understand he was angry, and I was understanding he was trying to carry out what their initial mission was, but he was not willing to be flexible with the fact that there was so much going on. He wasn't willing to be flexible with that, and I don't think the people who are like, Silco was just misunderstood and he was such a good dad to Powder and Jinx, and I was like, no, he was not a good dad to Jinx, because he was the one who gave Jinx fucking bipolar, and he was the one who fucking separated the personalities to the point where all of her fucking memories were changed and eradicated, and she heard fucking voices constantly. And that's like the people who are like, oh, Silco was a good dad for what he could do. I'm like, I do not think you should be a parent. I think you need to be put fucking down, bitch. I think you need help. And if you disagree, I'm like, girl, he fucking traumatized that girl beyond belief. Even if he wasn't doing it in a way that, like, physically harmed her, it eventually did, because she can't, in the first season, she can't fucking look at her sister with someone else because he lied to her so much that she was dead. Yeah. Yeah. It was real bad. Almost all of Jinx's mental breakdowns are caused by Silco or because of Silco's influence. So fuck him. May he burn. Hope he dies. And people are fucking simping for him. Girl, he's ugly. I understand you like the sniveling kind of weasel types. Kind of sniveling nasty bitches. But I don't. I don't like it when... I don't like a man that would stab me and then be like, you did that to yourself. No, the fuck I didn't. I didn't just stab myself. You just stabbed me, you dumb fuck. What do I look like to you, stupid? I got eyes. I got ears. I got a mouth. And I'll put that mouth to use. Not sucking your dick, but killing you, bitch. I'll bite your fucking throat out. Damn. God. Yeah. Let's talk about Jinx. Jinx is, I think, the best character in that show. Ever. Best character in that show. Yeah. From the start, when Jinx was Powder, before Jinx was the person that we see today, the gorgeous, gorgeous queen, Powder was not, like, good. The whole point was, like, they were thieves and they weren't good and, like, all of that. And, like, she's the main reason for, like, her family's death. But at the same time, she was trying to help and she was trying to do good. But she was very misguided. And she was using a power she didn't have control over, and she was doing stuff and all of that and blah, 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 blah. And, like, when we get a glimpse at Otherworld Powder, which I'm about to be done with Powder. Powder's like almost an entire fucking separate character because of everything that Jinx went through. When we see Otherworld Powder, it's really crazy to see that's how it would have ended up being if the whole thing never happened. Because that's basically what it is. If the entire fucking crew didn't go up there, and if Powder survived, and if no one got their fucking loot snatched and taken, I think it would have been. I don't think the world would have been better. I understand it's probably thriving more. It would have been thriving more because both cities would still probably be separated. But I feel like with everything that happens in the aftermath, I feel like both cities of Zon and the upper city, I don't remember what the upper city's name is, don't cancel me. Oh, Piltoff and Zon, I feel like they're gonna flourish more after the events of Arcane that we don't get to see. Which, I hate to say it, but I'm gonna fucking miss Heimdinger. I know he's probably gonna come back because he's a fucking furry or whatever, and furries always come back or something, but if I really hope Heimerdinger comes back soon, because that bad bitch was the only fucking bitch that knew what was going on ever. Back to Jinx. So, when we first see, like, the Jinx persona, we just see her as the kind of mentally unstable, grown-up version of Powder. And we don't see it as, like, we don't see them as what they are now. We see them as a victim. We only see them as a victim of Silco and a victim of lying and manipulation. And as the season goes on, we find out that Jinx is kind of like, I'm not going to say it's an entire separate personality, but it kind of is that. It's kind of like an entire separate persona that was probably built up as a result of trying to distance from Powder. Right? Trying to distance from Powder and the memories Powder had. Because those are painful. Those are painful memories, and girl, if my entire family was dead, I wouldn't want to look back at that. So, yeah, and then we kind of get this dynamic of Vi only wants her sister back, and she's not willing to accept that her sister's someone different now. She's trying to get the sister that she left behind back, instead of trying to just be with the new sister. And that's just in the first season. In like the second and third, there's no fucking third, sorry. In the second season, we see a very drastic change from that. We see, yeah. So, Jinx, like, has a full fucking breakdown. An entire fucking breakdown. And then we get this image of, she doesn't know if her sister's back, but her sister gave her a blue torch to try to, as a form of communication. And we get this very strong image of Jinx holding up the torch into the sky, trying to call her sister, who she thinks has been dead. She thinks has been dead for a very long time. And we get that powerful image of when the torch finally runs out, she like throws it away because she's so angry, because she had been hearing rumors that her sister was back, and she didn't know for sure because Silco had been lying to her the entire time, saying that she was dead. To be fair, he kind of thought she was dead too, but he'd known for a while that she was still alive and in prison, but then she's out. And then right after, we get, again, we see their first actual reunion. We see them meeting up for the first time, and it's right after Jinx really thinks that her sister is gone, and then she shows up, and then they have a very emotional and touching interaction before Jinx loses it because she's with an officer. She's with an enforcer from Piltoff, which they don't like. That entire point of Vi's, like, entire childhood was just trying to rebel against the enforcers and trying to rebel against Piltoff. And I understand where Jinx is coming from when she got upset with that, because you see your friend, you see your sister who you thought was dead with someone that your sister would never associate with, but they're both grown. They're both just trying to have their sister back instead of trying to have what their sisters are now. They're trying to go back, and it's not working for either of them, obviously. And then we get Echo. Echo and his little gang, the Fireflies, or whatever. We get them, and he comes in and kidnaps Vi. And Jinx is absolutely losing it, because she just got her sister back and snatched away instantly. And she actually, like, loses it. And Echo is a very interesting character in itself, where he's supposed to be like a side background character, but his importance to the story is so absolutely extreme. And without Echo, nothing. We already saw what would have happened if Echo had not been present in the story, if Echo had not had a major part to play. We have already seen that. We've already seen what that reality would be like when Jace goes to the other world. And it really, like, it was a really, like, everything had to end up perfectly for the ending we got. And I really like the ending we got. So everything worked out perfectly for them, except for Vi, which we'll get into that. And yeah. So it's really crazy. It's really crazy and stupid and dumb. And yeah. And it is. It's crazy. Because we get, yeah. Yeah, we get, yeah. And it's, and Jinx, again, throughout the season, Jinx just constantly breaks down more and more because she thinks her sister's betraying her, and she thinks her sister's trying to, like, get back at her for something, and it's really upsetting to see. It's very, very sad to see. And it's very, like, it's kind of unnerving to see because it's like, mental breakdowns are always hard to witness, but especially when it's with someone who a lot of people associate with just being strong, and that's what they get at, and that's what they see, and that's all they see. And at the end of the season, we get kind of a tea party where Caitlyn, Vi, and Silco are all being held, and Vi is having to make a choice between killing Caitlyn to get her sister Powder back and trying to spare Caitlyn, and Jinx being the only thing there is. And Jinx loses it, and she shoots Silco. And then afterwards, she's like, "You've made your choice, and I can see that, and I'm sorry." And then she fucking bombs the... then she bombs the tower, so... that was interesting. That was fucking fun. And yeah. And she accidentally kills Kate's mom. She didn't know she was there. She didn't know anyone was actually in the tower. It was more an act of defiance than it was an act of violence. And we get that later. We find out that Jinx isn't sorry for what she did, but she's sorry that so many people got hurt by what she did. And that's a very good way of phrasing it from Jinx's perspective, because Jinx doesn't actually care. She doesn't actually care about what she did, because she thinks what she did was the right thing, and I agree, because not with the bombing. I don't think people should do bombings when they're upset, but I feel like it was the most correct step in that area, and how it worked out. And I feel like, yeah. And I feel like that was just the best thing for that. And we get, in the second season, we get a very self-deprecating and very she hides from everyone because everyone either loves Jinx or everyone either hates Jinx. And we get to see the a varied shift from her being constantly happy and hyper happy and crazy to, she's crazy, but she's also really fucking depressed. And then she meets this kid, Isha, Isha is a very sweet little kid, and Jinx kind of adopts her in as a younger sister because, yeah, yeah, and she didn't have anyone. And we get the very strong parallel of we see a jump that Jinx had to make with Vi when they were younger. And Isha does that jump, and the only reason she falls is because no one was there to lift her up in the way that Vi was able to lift Jinx up when they were younger. So it's crazy. It's totally fucking crazy. And it's wild. And it's, yeah, and it's batshit wild too. It's, yeah, it's batshit fucking wild. And yeah, and then we see Isha self-sacrifice for Jinx because all she does is look up to Jinx. And we get to see that very strong image of not only is she losing her father because he's actually going fucking crazy, not only is she losing Vander because he came back, but she's losing Vander and Isha at the same time, and that's a very, like, Jinx really took a blow from that, and I get it. And then Caitlyn locks Jinx up in a bunker below the like Capitol building or whatever, below Caitlyn's mansion, because Caitlyn's a fucking rich bitch. I'd fucking turn straight for Caitlyn because, bitch, when a girl is wealthy, that's hot. I hate to say that. That's really problematic, but I don't care. Yeah, that is crazy. It is fucking crazy for me because when Vi comes to let Jinx out, she, like, makes sure that Caitlyn will find her, and she makes sure that Vi is down there because she's like, there's no fucking way that you can always be happy if I'm constantly in your life. And it's really, and it's sad to see because I guarantee it could have worked out had she not. And she runs away and she goes back to her old hideout where she was hiding, and Echo talks to Jinx there, and that's when Caitlyn and Vi do their nasty freaky deaky. Yeah, fucking weird. No, I get it. It was a kind of very, like, climactic thing because they had been building up to this for the past 2 seasons. And it was really not like I enjoyed seeing, but for someone out there, I'm sure it got their rocks off or something. So good for them. Yeah, and then when Jinx comes back, when the war is going on, we see the very dramatic, like, she's transformed her old hideout into a balloon to help the people. She kills bitches. She fucking rocks their shit. She's a fucking great fighter. It's crazy. Sharpshooter my ass. That bitch can fire fucking... That bitch could probably fire a bullet hole right in my coochie. Who said that? That was weird. No. It is. It's crazy. It's fun, and it's crazy, and it's stupid, and it's free, and it's great. And then we get, like, Victor and Jace, which I'll have to talk about them on a separate episode because I don't have the time to go into them. Because this episode isn't just going to be about Arcane, guys. I promise. I promise there's more to come. It is. It's crazy. And we get Victor and Jace are, like, sorting everything out, and everything's going their way. And then we get Vander trying to take down both of his daughters, and Jinx is like, you gotta let go. He'll take both of us down if you don't. And Vi's not willing to let go of Jinx because they just lost their father again. So Jinx, like, lets go, and they're falling. And then we get, like, the explosion scene, and it's like Jinx is dead, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure that bitch isn't dead. I don't care what anyone says. That bitch is not dead. The producers could come out and confirm that she's dead, and I'd be like, no, she's not dead. Because we get the, like, zoom in to the side parts of the tower they were falling down, and then we get the ship flying away, and she loves the ships, and she said she was going to fly the ships away another time. And I know that bitch isn't dead, because if she is, I'll die. because she's such a bad bitch. And then it closes off where Zahn is finally getting a seat in the council, and they finally get a say in policy, and they finally get their own thing, which, yeah, sorry about that. Which we already know. They need. I love. Yeah, I love that they finally have representation, but at the same time, they need more because that is a very fucking big city, and Zahn needs more representation on the council, which I'm sure eventually they'll get, but they need more soon because we already saw the power fight there, and yeah, yeah. So that has been my Arcane rant. Thank you for listening. We're gonna move on now because that was just we just hit like the halfway mark, and I'm gonna take a second to catch my breath. Actually, thank you everyone. I'm gonna take a break for a second. All right, y'all. We are back. We're back, y'all. Yes. No, we're back. And I think I know what our next topic is going to be because I was just on TikTok for like 7 minutes. Sometimes a bad bitch just needs to go on the TikTok. You know, sometimes a bad bitch just needs to go on TikTok. And our next topic is going to be exotic pets. Well, exotic enough, I guess. Exotic enough. I saw a video about an otter, and I want an otter now. I want an otter because it sold it to me. They're small, they're cute, and they're cuddly apparently, and they're really fucking cute. And they're very cuddly, and they're very sweet. And they look just like a cat, but like longer. It looks like a cat and a weasel. And I love cats. And I want like a ferret too. And I made a little list. I made a list of pros and cons for pets. I made a list of pros and cons for exotic pets because exotic pets are cute, and and I really want an otter now. I didn't even know they were like pet ownable, you know? Yeah. So here's like, I think I have standards for like if I want to desire them. My standards are like, they either have to be really like fluffy and small and cute and soft and cuddly and adorable and really sweet, or they have to be like a very big, scary, like either like really colorful, pretty. And if it's not soft and cute, I need it to have really pretty feathers or like really pretty scales, which I'm not much of a reptile person, so. And then if it's big, I need it to be funny too. I need it to be able to like crack the shit out of me too, which funny is a pro for any animal. Yeah, funny is a pro for any animal. The first animal on my list is, well, an otter, obviously, we talked about that, but I want a weasel. They're like a ferret, but way smaller. They're very, you would think, with a weasel, I thought it was going to be bigger, but weasels are so much smaller than ferrets. They're so tiny. I'm not joking. They're so fucking small. Weasels are tiny, and they're small, and apparently they're very soft, and they're very, very cute. And they're a native pet, too, so if she escapes, she ain't going to destroy the ecosystem too much. And then she'll come back. And they're so fucking cute. I know I said that before, but again, they're so cute. They're so cute. And like, I'd be scared because I think I would step on it because they're so small. But like, also, I would just have to be careful with everything. And I would have to be very, very careful. And I'd have to tiptoe everywhere. And then I also want a parrot. I don't like know which kind of varietal of parrot, but I know it has to be like one of the colorful ones. I'd accept one of the like red ones, I guess. One of the red ones, probably like safe option. But like, again, I need a colorful parrot. I need like a colorful parrot, and it needs to be just a little bit scary. It needs to be like, if someone's broken in my house, I think if it could scream at them and scare them away and fucking maybe mini talon them, that would be very, very fun. And of course, I need it to be funny. I need it to be able to talk to me. I need it to be able to polly want a cracker. Yeah. I think like a parrot might be partially a dream pet because I think a parrot's funny as hell. I do. I think a parrot's funny as hell. And then next I have like a Maine Coon. I know those aren't very exotic. They're just like a kind of cat, but they're very big. They're fluffy and they're very sweet because they're cats, but also kind of bitchy. And they're larger than a normal cat, but they're also very fluffy and pretty and soft. And yeah, I think they would fit my aesthetic. I could if I would want it to be able to drape it around my neck, so I could go, "This is my darling baby, my darling baby." I haven't come up with a name for a Maine Coon yet, but a Maine Coon. And then also, I kind of want like I don't really like insects, but I think a silk moth would be cool. A silk moth, because then I could like take their silk and I could make my own silk. And they're really small, and they're fluffy. And if you get the right species, they're colorful, and they're very very cute. They're very cute. They're like some of them are kind of feisty, and they have their own like different personalities and such. And I think a silk moth would be really cute to own and produce your own silk. And I think that'd be preppy. That'd be very very cute and preppy. Then also like I want a skunk, not like one of the nasty ones, but like one of the ones that doesn't have its coochie blast anymore. I think skunks like they're absolutely iconic. The black and white color palette, I would match outfits with that babe all fucking day. Me and that skunk, we would be twinning everywhere. I'd have that bitch out on a walk wearing a black jacket and like pure white underneath and black high top shoes. No, I'd be wearing black heels on the skunk walks. And they're also like omnivores, so it wouldn't just be like because believe it or not, back to the weasel for a second. Weasels are fucking carnivores. They're actually like they only eat meat. So I think they'd be a funny thing to own because girl, that tiny thing, but it only eats meat. It'd be very very cute. Yeah. I don't know. I've been tired all day. I That's why I took this day off. Honestly, I knew I was gonna be tired today because this week is finally catching up to me. And I don't know if I'm gonna go to show choir, guys. I hate to say it, but I don't think I'm gonna go. I don't think I'm gonna go. No, I think I'm not gonna go. I'm not. I won't go. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, show choir fam. Sorry, CSI queens. Yeah, I'm not going to show choir. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of damn work. And I really do. I think skunks are iconic, and I think they're small enough that I could consider them like a small pet, and they're fluffy. They're very fluffy, and they're cute. Skunks are really cute. And girl, I don't know if you know, but I think a skunk would be really fucking funny. I think it would be able to like. I think it would just do enough stupid shit that it'd be super fucking funny. And this has been the exotic pet segment. If I come up with any more exotic pets, I will talk about it in the future. Because exotic pets feels like something that I could get into. Something that I could get into. My parents were talking about being animal breeders yesterday. Apparently, when I was really young, we had two dogs and we were gonna breed them together. And then they were like, "Nope, nope, you can't breed those two dogs together because they'll make dumb puppies. They'll make stupid puppies. They'll make R-word puppies." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." That's a story I like. I'm really glad I got to hear that story because, girl, now I need them to become animal breeders. That's why they should breed weasels. They should breed weasels. I think it'd be very cute. Very, very cute. Breed weasels. All right, I'm done talking about exotic pets. We're going to get on to the next big section of the pod because we only got like 20 or so minutes left before we get to an hour. And this is a very big section for me. And I even like, this is a lot of bullet points I put down because, again, my episodes are mini scripted. That last section, the exotic pet section, wasn't. That was on a whim. That was something I squeezed in. I always leave enough time for me to squeeze in TikTok. Yeah. Random things I see on TikTok, those topics. We'll get to AI eventually because I got a lot of fucking feelings about AI. A lot of fucking feelings. Our next section is men. Men. Or I should say fucking boys. Boys. Because, bitch, there's no men at fucking Central High School. No. There's no one. No one. So, I have like a list of adjectives that I wrote down because I wrote this last night. And last night I wrote it after 10 p.m. So after 10 p.m. I'm fucking crazy. Sorry to anyone who's had to interact with me after 10. Again, I'm crazy after 10. I have evil, twisted, sick, nasty, fat, ugly, annoying, rude, confusing, unpredictable. That's my good. That's my best describer for men and boys in general. Yeah. If you couldn't tell, that's pretty much going to be what this section is. It's going to be me talking about how much I hate men and how nasty and fat they are. Sorry. I know fat's not like a bad word anymore. Like it's not, but they are. They're ugly and fat and nasty and ugly and puke and gross. And they really fucking annoy me. I'm not fucking joking, y'all. They're so fucking annoying. God. I fucking hate men so fucking much. It's unbearable at times. It's unbearable how much I hate fucking men. I hate men so fucking much. God. Not like, not my family. My family is very good. The men in my family are very, very kind, and they are very sweet, and they're very progressive, and I love all of them. And I talked to my grandma about this, so I talked to my grandma about my boy problems. I don't have boy problems, by the way. No boy wants this. I get it. I'm crazy. Um, but yeah. But yeah. Yeah. So, so basically, I'm just kind of done with the idea of men. I like men in concept. I like the concept of someone strong and a provider and a strong man that I could lean on and cry on sometimes. And I like that idea, but so far, nothing. Nothing. And I really like my dad. That really, no fucking shit, bitch. No, I really like my dad. He's very good. I love him. He's very, very sweet and I love him. He is my dad and I love my dad. And I love my uncles and I love my cousins because they're all pretty good. No, they're all great. I love my uncles and cousins. And then like there's some guys at school that I'm like friends with. And those people are okay too. And yeah. And they all everyone annoys me at some time. So I can't like just say they annoy me as a pure basis for hating all men, but men annoy me a lot more than women do, believe it or not. So do with that what you will. Um, at the same time as like me hating them, men can be really fucking hot. It's so evil. They're so annoying, but they're so hot at the same time. And sometimes they're real pretty. Sometimes they're real fucking pretty, y'all. Sometimes men are so pretty, and it really annoys me when they're pretty because it's like, you are a boy. You ain't never gonna be a girl. No. I think the like constant dilemma we have is like, I really want a man. I really want men, and I really want specific men, and I want a man, and I want a man. But at the same time, they're so fucking annoying, and they're so hard to like because men are really hard to like without getting ick, without getting nasty in the ick. And then also at the same time, like, men don't want me. Like, I've accepted that. I'm okay with it. That's not like I'm constantly trying to seek male validation. No, that's like they don't want me. I'm okay with that because, bitch, if a man wanted me, I'd probably be fucking insufferable if I was just trying to get men. I'd be a horrible fucking person. I'd be nasty and disgusting to all fucking people I like. I'd be a bad friend, and I don't want to be a bad friend because I really like my friends. My friends are really good. Yeah. So, that's my men dilemma. That's my men dilemma. I'm having that dilemma with men. That's my man dilemma. Ooh, should I start doing accents? No, that's fucking stupid. That's crazy. Okay. Um, I'm like fucking crazy. I'm not like ugly. I want to clarify that. I'm like, if you guys haven't met me in person, which everyone who's listening to this should have met me in person, but if you've never met me in person, I'm not like ugly per se. Perchance? No. Ew. I'm not like ugly. I'm not like bottom of the barrel scraping the fucking wood. No, I'm not ugly, but I'm not like, girl, cars ain't stopping for me. The sun ain't gonna take her sunglasses off just to be like, oh, girl, you fine as hell. No, that's not like me. That's not it. Um, okay, I have a story to tell. It's not like a story, but it's like a situation. And then like, and it's part of the men are confusing thing because men are very fucking confusing to me, and I don't fucking like it. I was talking to my friend. He's a guy. He's a guy. He's not like a guy I was talking to. I have no like attraction towards him or anything, because he's kind of ugly. But it's okay. It's okay. I love him. He's very sweet, and I like him, and he's fun to talk to. Um, I kid you not. We were talking about another one of our friends, who is also a guy. I may add, also a guy. Oh, sorry about that. My laundry machine is acting up. Can you hear that, y'all? Okay. I'm just going to talk over it for now because I don't really want to stop this episode because I like the energy I have going. Um, so, again, I was talking to one of my guy friends, and we were talking about another one of our friends that's also a guy. So, yeah, yeah. And you know what? I may or may not have recently been violently crashing out about this guy to everyone around me and myself and on Instagram notes. If y'all have been stalking the Instagram notes, this I'm talking about, we were both talking about the guy that I was violently crashing out over. So, again, y'all know what the tea is. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know what's going on. Yeah, you do. You know what's going on. That's it. That's what's going on. And basically, like, he was talking about how he was like kind of upset and angry with him, but not like extreme because they're very close friends. And I was like, but like, why? Why are you angry? And he was like, oh, you know why? And I was like, oh, okay, I know why. And I'm like, I'm 97% sure that I am like, I know exactly why. And I'm pretty sure that's what we were both talking about. That's what we were both talking about. And little did he know we were talking about the same guy. He didn't know. But that's for, I'm sure if he listened to this, he'll know. He'll know I was talking about him. Because, girl, had a crush on him like 2 years ago. Old news. Old drama. Thought I liked him again. Take it back. I don't like him. Yeah, I'm over it. Don't like him anymore. I thought I did for like a week. And then I don't. Because I realized, ew. Just ew. Just that. Just ew. Um, and like, again, and like, this was a few days ago, so I'm like, I was being delusional over back then, and I was like, what if he was talking about me? Well, what if he was like aware of it? What if my worry was, what if the guy I was crashing out over became like aware, like he broke the fourth wall and he became aware that I was crashing out about him, and the reason I was crashing out was him, and like I was worried about that, and I talked to some of my friends, and they were like, girl, he was not talking about you, because I'm not close enough friends with him for him to get angry at his best friend because of me. And I understand that, girl, and I get it, because I wouldn't get angry at my best friend over him. Yeah, that's about it. No. And like, now that I've actually like said it out loud and I've actually talked about it and I've had time to think, because I don't think very often, if you guys weren't aware. Now that I've had actual time to think, and now that I'm thinking about how everything went down, it makes me feel like kind of a pick me. Now that I've said it out loud, it makes me feel like a pick me. Because, girl, he was not talking about you. What you talking about, queen? Yeah. So, again, fucking crazy. And it's like, I really don't know what's going on in my head. I don't know what's going on in my head and my heart when I start falling for a guy, because I have like two different kinds of crushes. I have mini crush where I want him and like it's not serious, but then I have like a severe crush where it's like he's the only one I focus on and it's unhealthy. And yeah, but I get mini crushes very often because it's like I can have multiple mini crushes at the same time, but one severe crush. And yeah, I don't have any crushes right now, actually. Everyone's fucking annoying me. So there's that. There's that. So I don't know what's going on in my head. And I hate to say it. I hate to fucking say it, but Concert Black, if y'all don't know, the choir I'm in had a concert and the orchestra and some of the band members were there. And I hate to say it, but Concert Black will do things to you. I'm talking like spiritually, mentally, physically. Concert Black, that will. Let me get closer in for this. Concert Black will make your entire fucking, excuse my language, my entire pussy fall out. I'm not joking. Concert Black, I would fall for almost any man in Concert Black. Especially when it's a fancy fucking Concert Black. God, it's fucking magical. It's evil and it's magical, but Concert Black, bitches. Concert Black. It'll reawaken anything in your soul. It'll awaken, it'll reawaken. Yeah, it's evil. It's twisted in the head. We're gonna go back to the crash out real quick. The guy was crashing out before. Bitch, I hate to say it. That fucking hoe keeps staring at me. And I'm not doing it in like a pick me way with, ooh, he's staring at me. I'm doing it in like a, bitch, he fucking has a staring problem. He has a problem with staring. I will not stand for it. I don't think he's doing it because he's become aware of the crash out. And if he has, bitch, may all fucking hell, may the universe pray, because all hell will break loose soon. Because I cannot have him being aware of my crash out. It's not okay. He's not allowed to know about it. And yeah. So he has a fucking staring problem. To be fair, he's had a staring problem for a while now. So I always fucking, whenever I look at him, because, so, girl, I look at everyone. Because I want everyone to know that I'm watching them. Whenever I catch him fucking staring at me whenever I look at him. It's not fucking okay. I catch that hoe staring. And then he goes to looking around. And like, I think it's over for a while, but then he goes back to fucking staring. Bitch has a fucking staring problem. I think he's not all there in the head sometimes because of the fact that he stares so fucking much. It's getting kind of annoying. It's getting annoying. He has a fucking staring problem. It's a problem. Yeah. He who shan't be named is what we're going to refer to him as for a second. If he who shan't be named is actually aware that I was crashing out over him, that all hell will break loose. I'm not joking. I will lose it. He's not allowed to become aware that I crashed out. He's not allowed to know about that. And if you're listening right now, he who shan't be named, I'm sorry, Queen. I'm real fucking sorry. I'm real damn sorry. You who shall not be named, he who shan't be named. If you've become aware, it's too late for you. I have to kill you now. No. No. God. No, I'm not going to kill him. You're very sweet and you're very kind. But if you've become aware of my crash out... Oh, she's playing Phasmophobia. She's playing Phasmophobia with some of her friends. Or Overwatch. Or something like that. I don't know. That was my sister. Leslie, if you're listening, love you, Queen. Love you. No, yeah, she wasn't expecting that, but we've already had, like, noise complaints in the background of the episode. This is, like, I'm recording this before I'm posting anything, and I can already tell there's going to be, like, there's so much background noise, and I'm like, girl, I'm recording in my basement. What do you expect? My fucking laundry machines are down here. Both of them. So, yes, I'm sorry if he who shan't be named has become aware of the crash out, because I am going to have to execute you effective immediately. It's going to be by beheading, so I can put it on a spike and carry it around as a trophy. So yeah. But this section was originally just about, like, men in general and not just the men in my life. So I'm going to have to take, like, a whole fucking episode. If not, no, I'm going to have to take, like, a section. If not, a whole episode to talk about how, like, men are evil and how the patriarchy and everything is evil and how men deserve the death penalty. And my personal belief is all men should be put on trial. Every man, including you fucking homos. Yeah, I'm talking directly to y'all, myself included. Also me. All men, I'm talking all fucking men, should be put on trial by, I'll say, a group of lesbians and they, them queens. Or, like, monarchs or whatever the term is for gender neutral. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, um, all men, including gay people, including me, need to be put on trial for like misogyny or something. I don't know. Whatever crime I could, whatever we should criminally name anyone who just blatantly doesn't like women. I think I'd be found innocent because I blatantly don't like anyone. So I don't discriminate. But it's so weird because some men just don't like women, and they get weirded out when they openly don't like women, but at the same time are straight. How are you straight and you hate women? Like, I hate to say it, but that's not how you solve it. And oh my god, I've wanted to talk about this for so long, and people are so tired of listening to me talk about it. Hold on. Mini pause. All right, we're back, y'all. We are back. I had to take a mini break. My dad wanted to talk to me, which, oh, okay. No, she was talking. They were talking. She was talking. My dad was talking to my sister. Yeah, whatever. 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 Yeah. Um, so yeah, I think back to what I was fucking going about to hype on. Why are so many straight men gay? Why are so many fucking straight men gay? I think men are so fucking gay. I hate to say it, but straight men can be so fucking gay. How are you going to hang around only men, only talk to men, and then get upset when no women wants you? It's because we think you're gay. I'm not a woman, so I can't talk, except for I can talk because I'm one of the we. I'm who the girls come to talk about that. How are you homophobic and you only talk to men? I hate to say it, but how are you homophobic and you hate women and you expect a woman to come for you? Not in like a sexual way. Sorry, that sounded weird. How do you expect a woman to like fall for you? How do you expect that to happen when you're just so fucking gay? To the point where I think you've kissed more men than me. Most guys at my school have kissed more men than me, especially the ones that aren't gay. To be fair, I've never kissed anyone, but still, it's the principle. It's the principle. It is the principle. Okay. Okay. I'm done with that. I'll rant about that in the patriarchy video or something. Yeah. So I'm going to move on to the shout out section because I think I'm done talking about men for now because they make me angry and I don't want to be angry. So, men, bye bye. Stop talking about it. If you are a man, hit me up, queen. No, my first shout out goes to actually a group of people. It goes to my friends Jasmine, Hyacinth, Sophia, Mathis, and Lucy. I love you queens so fucking much. I'm not joking. Some of my other friends really piss me off, but when I'm around you guys, I don't actually get annoyed. And that's really hard for me because I get very fucking annoyed very fucking easily. You guys help. We had a sleepover over Thanksgiving break for those who don't know. For those who aren't on my Snapchat story. We had a sleepover over Thanksgiving break. And it was really fucking fun. It was very, very fun because y'all really helped me breathe because that was prime crash out time for me. And I was actually losing it. And then I went to stay over at Hyacinth's house. And all of you made me feel like so valid. And you made me feel like I was not crazy. And it was really fun. And then we had like a bunch of conversations on like spirituality and like the universe. And like we dove into like witchcraft every once in a while because that's kind of what I do sometimes. Sometimes I whip out a crystal and I say, yeah. So we dove into all of those topics and I did tarot for them. And we talked, and even besides that, we talked about like growth and how love is. And we talked about a bunch of deep topics that none of my other friends really want to talk to me about because they're fucking immature and they're gross. And I love my friends. I love my other friend group, but they're for a different time. And it's very hard to have deep conversations with them because they aren't willing to see past the surface level of me as a crazy kind of gay person. And they aren't willing to see that underneath it all, I am a very spiritually in-depth and I'm very willing to talk about my spirituality, and I'm very willing to talk about that. And no one else is willing to talk about it with me. And then you guys came up and you wanted to talk about it, and it made me feel really great. And we went in depth, and it was very, very sweet. And I would love to do it again. Love to do it again. Which there's no shade in the like my other friend group. I think that was the most fun sleepover. Again, no fucking shade or anything. I'm not shading anyone. I love all of my friends equally, but I think that was the most fun sleepover I've ever had because it was just our energies mixed well together. We bounced off each other. We were able to enjoy the night without having to like necessarily like think or like do anything specific. And I think it was a lot of fun, and I really liked it. And it was calm and preppy, and it was really, yeah, it was really fun. And actually, I want to shout out Jasmine especially because I love Jasmine so much. She's so amazing. She skipped school a lot last quarter, but now she's like, I love her. She went through her own mini crash out, and I get it. And she went through some stuff. And now I'm glad I get to see her every day because I really love Jasmine, and I think we're gonna elope or something. We're gonna elope. Yeah, I've decided we're gonna elope, and she really helped me through the crash and burn of my life, and I love her, and I love her like a pack of gushers. If y'all don't know, I love gushers. I love her like a fucking love song baby. Selena. Next, I'm gonna shout out my entire fucking family. Y'all are so gossipy. Talking directly to my family. Y'all are so gossipy. I love it. For Thanksgiving, we always go over to my aunt's house, my aunt and uncle's house. And it was really funny because we were in charge of desserts. So I made an apple pie, and I made a Tres Leches cake for it. And I didn't end up bringing it because it looked too thin, and it looked like it was going to be a little gross and a little nasty. But we tried it afterwards. It was actually pretty good. But I want to try it with a thicker cake because I'm a baking queen. I'm a baking master, actually. And sometimes when you try a new recipe, it doesn't work. And one person was told. My mom told one person, I think, and everyone. I'm talking half of the people at Thanksgiving asked me about the cake. I'm talking at least 7 people asked me where the cake was, and I was like, oh my God. One person was told about this. God. So my family's very gossipy. But, and I will be reattempting it soon. So, yeah. Yeah. So y'all will get your slice of Tres Leches cake. My family, that is. Sorry, I can't provide Tres Leches cake for all my viewers. Sorry, queens. My listeners, I should say. They're not viewing anything. They're listening. I can't provide cake for all of y'all. Sorry. But like, all I felt at Thanksgiving was a ton of love, and it helped me stop focusing on the crash out for a very long time. And I really only felt positive vibes while I was there. And I won the turkey trot. Not like the actual one, but I won the like, we always, after we eat dinner and have a little dessert, we always run from like the end of their street to their driveway or something. And I won it. And I won it like 2 years ago. And if y'all didn't know, I can be very fast for a very short amount of time. And actually, I didn't know the track. Their neighbors also join in because they're friends with their neighbors. And I didn't know that, like, the new track coach, one of the new track coaches, was going to be over at their friend's house. And apparently they're trying to fucking recruit me now. And that's really scary. That's really, really scary. So, I really love my family, and I had a lot of fun at Thanksgiving. Also, mini shout out to Alora Monkey real quick. Every time something crazy has happened in my car, she has been there. She was there for the car crash. No one got hurt. That's all. Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to expand more, but she's always there when my car's acting crazy and when I'm acting crazy. And shout out to her for dealing with my crazy. If you know, you know. Yeah. Shout out to, final shout out of the day. Shout out to Monroe Bueno, my absolutely amazing friend. She's amazing and I love her. And she did the cover art for the podcast. And I'm going to thank her in every fucking episode because without her, the podcast wouldn't be existent because I wouldn't have cover art and it would just be a bunch of recordings and it'd be stupid and ugly. And yeah. And I'm so happy. And I love her so much. And I love Queen. I know you're listening. I love you, Diva. Thank you so much for making the cover art. I love you. You will get a thank in every episode. I'm not joking. Every episode. Now we're in closing. In closing right now because we are, in fact, it's, we actually have, in fact, moved over into a new hour. So, closing out. Fuck men. Like, actually, screw men. They're actually fucking evil. And they make me want to die. Arcane. First thing we talked about for 30 minutes. Arcane, 10 out of 10 fucking show. Love it. Love it. My entire fucking pussy put into it. Loved it. Exotic pets. Get me a weasel right fucking now. A weasel or an otter or a ferret. Get me one of them noodle-like rodents. I think an otter's a rodent. Yeah, they are. I'm deciding it now. Get me a weasel right now. They're so small. So fucking small. They're like a small little ferret. I want one. Divas, my piece of advice for you. Don't let the crash out control your fucking life. The crash out's not forever. It's for a few weeks at most. Or at least that's how long it should be. Don't let the crash out control your life, divas. Sorry, I had to get real close to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've had so much fun. I'm sorry I yawned a lot this episode. I've been very tired all day. Again, sorry I'm not going to show choir. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I really liked this. And tomorrow, I'm going to be back at school tomorrow, so I will see everyone who's listening tomorrow. And I'm really excited because I'm excited to see everyone. And it's going to be a lot of fun because, yeah, and we'll see if he who shan't be named has become aware of the crash out tomorrow or so. We'll find out about it then. And thank you so much for tuning in. And that has been what we spilled. Yes, we spilled.